Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I'll be discussing how to use homeopathic remedies on ailments, continuing with skin, hair, and nail ailments, continuing with the letters G and H. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Please refer to my How to Use Homeopathic Remedies video before using the material in this video. I'll be discussing how to use homeopathic remedies on specific ailments, but I've broken these ailments into categories for easier reference. I'll begin with ailments of the mind and emotions, then I'll move on to ailments of the brain and nervous system, then I'll address issues with the skin, nails, hair, ears, eyes, nose, teeth, gums, lungs, respiration, heart, blood, circulation, muscles, bones, joints, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, then ailments of the small and large intestines, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, kidney, bladder, and then ailments specific to women and then specific to men, then issues of the hormones and metabolism. After that, I'll address the issues of homeopathic remedies on infections, infestations, and the immune system, then issues surrounding fertility and pregnancy and surrounding childbirth and postnatal problems. Then homeopathic remedies that address special problems in infants, ailments and diseases in childhood, and special issues of the adolescents, and finally special issues of the elderly. Constitutional treatment involves treating the totality of the individual person. Everyone is a unique individual with a unique physiology and responds to substances differently. In homeopathy, it is recognized that people will react strongly to certain remedies, and as a result of this, they can be loosely placed into different categories called constitutional types. Homeopaths often talk, for example, of phosphoric types. These are people who react strongly to phosphorus, or arsenicum album types, those who react strongly to arsenicum album. The belief is that people of one type share similarities in terms of body shape, character, and personality, and the sorts of diseases from which they suffer. As an example, Natrum Mur people tend to be pear-shaped, have a dark complexion, and be fastidious and rigid in personality, and keep themselves to themselves. They also crave salt and suffer from constipation. As another example, Lycopodium types tend to be tall, gangly, and of stooped appearance, with an anxious expression and a craving for sweets, and a propensity to produce intestinal gas. Now, of course, constitutional types have their limitations. In reality, each person is an individual, and so there are as many constitutional types as there are human beings, and account must be taken of the sum total of the person's inherent predispositions, past illnesses, diet, general reactions to the environment, intellectual and emotional features, and general attitude towards life. This is what is meant by constitutional treatment. Now, I'll be making detailed videos of the various constitutional types after I've completed the use of homeopathic remedies on ailments. The ideas, procedures, and suggestions in this video and all my homeopathic videos are not intended as a substitute for the medical advice of a trained health professional. Consult your physician before adopting the suggestions in this video. If you're pregnant, do not attempt these techniques without the approval of your physician. So, let's continue with learning how homeopathic treatments can help with skin, hair, and nail ailments. Today we'll continue with skin, hair, and nail ailments that begin with the letter G and H. In homeopathic medicine, skin conditions, which include conditions affecting the hair and nails, are viewed as manifestations of a general imbalance of the system and of poor metabolic function. Rather than treating the obvious and visible symptoms such as itchiness, blisters, scaliness, etc., the whole constitution is treated. Suppressing symptoms at a skin level may cause the underlying imbalance to express itself in an internal and often more important organ. Skin tone and color can tell a great deal about a person. In general, skin problems are not helped by sugar, refined carbohydrates, chocolate, tea, coffee, alcohol, spices, or perfume cosmetics, or by constipation and lack of exercise, both of which slow down the elimination of toxins. Graying hair. Essentially, we all go gray when our genes say so. This will happen when our genes turn off the pigment-producing cells in our hair follicles. However, premature graying may be due to a lack of vitamin B5 or PABA, or to severe stress. It can also be an indicator of an increased risk of autoimmune diseases. If the graying hair is associated with eczema or hair loss, constitutional treatment would be appropriate, but the following homeopathic remedies should be tried first. Specific remedies to be given every 12 hours for up to 1 month. If the graying is associated with hair loss, especially after grief or prolonged mental stress, use phosphoric acid 6C. If the graying is associated with baldness and eczema behind the ears, use Lycopodium 6C. If the graying is associated with hot flushes and a painful scalp, use sulfuric acid 6C. Some self-help measures for yourself that you can do is increase your intake of vitamin B12 and the B complex, and also zinc. Greasy hair. Greasy hair is caused by an overactivity of the sebaceous glands, which produces a waxy substance called sebum to keep the hair supple and waterproof. Greasy hair is often associated with skin problems, and in youngsters either with acne or the general hormonal upheavals of adolescence. It can be aggravated by overly frequent washing with strong shampoos that destroy the acid balance of the scalp. Constitutional treatment is recommended if the specific remedies and self-help measures that follow do not improve matters. Specific remedies to be given every 12 hours for up to 1 month. As the first resort, use Bryonia 6C. For greasiness that is associated with a tight sensation on the scalp, which feels sweaty, and there is an overproduction of saliva and an intolerance of heat and cold, use Mercurius 6C. For greasiness that it's associated with thinning hair, especially after prolonged emotional stress or grief, use phosphoric acid 6C. Self-help. Cutting down on refined carbohydrates often helps, and so does frequent washing with mild or very dilute shampoo. Greasy or oily skin. Greasy skin is caused by overactive sebaceous glands, which tends to run in families, but is usually worse during adolescence when it conspires with rapid production and shedding of epidermal cells to produce acne, blackheads, whiteheads, and infected pimples. Similar problems occur with greasy skin alone. Hormone imbalances, oral contraceptives, and steroids increase sebum secretion. Homeopathic treatment is constitutional. The following remedies should be tried first, though. Specific remedies to be given every 12 hours for up to 1 month. When the face is oily and shiny, the oiliness is worse on the hairy parts of the person, and the person is constipated. Use Natrum Mur 6C. When the oil on the face smells unpleasant and the oiliness is worse in cold and hot weather, and there is trembling and increase in saliva production with sticky perspiration, use Mercurius 6C. Self-help. Greasy skin should not be cleansed more frequently than night and morning. Use Hamamelis solution, which is 10 drops of the mother tincture to a half a pint of boiled and then cooled water as a cleanser. The sun also helps clear up greasy skin, provided the complexion is dark or sallow, and tans rather than burns. Avoid taking steroids and oral contraceptives, and take vitamin B complex supplementation. Hair loss. Hair loss is a natural process since hair is continuously growing, but If hair growth temporarily slows down, and is quite common after childbirth or after feverish illness, hair is lost faster than it is replaced. Slight thinning is also common in men and women as they get older. Baldness is predominantly a male phenomenon that tends to run in families. In men, a receding hairline generally meets a thinning crown that ends up producing a bald monk effect. In women, only the crown thins. In babies, rubbing can cause hair loss, but the hair does regrow. Rarely does hair loss is caused by deficiency ailments such as hypothyroidism or iron-deficient anemia, or by a lack of zinc or B vitamins, especially biotin and inositol, or by cytotoxic C drugs that are used to treat cancer, or too much vitamin A or selenium, and also oral contraceptives and anticoagulant drugs can have the same effect. Generally speaking, once the cause is removed, hair starts growing again. Conditions that destroy hair follicles, however, will cause permanent patches of baldness. Constitutional treatment can be helpful for thinning hair, giving a boost to the metabolism generally, but the following remedies should be tried as well. Specific remedies to be taken every 12 hours for up to 1 month. For hair loss after childbirth or premature baldness and graying, use Lycopodium 6C. For hair loss that is associated with boils on the scalp and headaches that become more insistent at night and the person is very depressed, use Aurum 6C. For hair that is brittle and falls out in little tufts, use Fluoric Acid 6C. For a scalp that feels painful when touched with loss of body hair as well, use Selenium 6C. For hair loss related to hormone changes after childbirth or at menopause with an indifference towards loved ones, use Sepia 6C. For hair loss after grief or extreme emotion and the predominant feelings are indifference and exhaustion, use Phosphoric Acid 6C. For hair loss that follows severe injury, use Arnica 6C. For hair loss associated with dryness of the hair and scalp, use Baryta Carb 6C. For hair loss in an elderly person who has poor circulation and is mentally slow, use Baryta Carb 6C. For hair loss associated with dandruff and white crusts on the scalp, especially around the hairline, use Natrum Mur 6C. For hair that falls out in handfuls, use Phosphorus 6C. Self-help. Hair that is regularly bleached, dyed, permed, or straightened is more fragile than untreated hair. Overly frequent washing and conditioning encourage dryness and make the hair look greasy quickly. One application of shampoo is quite enough to remove dirt and grime. If possible, let the hair dry naturally. Scalp massage may be beneficial in some cases since it encourages circulation. Vitamin B complex, vitamin C, zinc, and iron are recommended. Also make sure that the diet contains sufficient protein. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest, so please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care!